Welcome to a couple of monkeys.
As you all might have figured it out, this is an All Hallows Eve special. Tell me, Tim, what Halloween remind you of?
Pumpkins, skulls, witches, black cats.
Ooh, terrors of the night.
And Halloween always makes me think of The Night in the Lonesome October by Roger Zelazny.
We read this book every year in the month of October. It's kinda our Halloween tradition.
This year we wanted to add to our tradition by creating some Halloween decorations. Here I am using Inkscape in order to draw a pumpkin for this project. I went ahead and drew up a skull on ViaCAD because they have a trimming function that made doing the teeth and the eyeballs a little bit easier, where if I overlap two lines I can cut it and combine them or merge them at that point. So this skull is looking a little bit fat to me, and I'm slowly kind of trimming it and making it a little bit thinner and more like a human shape.
I like how Tim uses all the tools at his disposal to create all these fun shapes and whatnot. Speaking of liking, I hope you like our videos.
Please subscribe and ring the bell icon in order to see future updates. To really make it more realistic than other artists that I've seen online, I decided to really focus on the teeth.
I think the teeth gave it a very spooky look, along with the eye sockets and the nose.
So when exporting this file to Inkscape, I ended up having quite a lot of errors that I don't usually have, so I ended up having to redraw the nose and most of the teeth, to tell you the truth.
Tim adds some details to this image and completes it and moves on to the pumpkin image. Here, Tim creates sort of a wireframe out of the pumpkin drawing and converts it into something that laser engravers programming can understand.
The programming for our Monport laser engraver is only capable of recognizing red for vector cut, blue for vector engrave, and grayscale for raster engrave. So I'm selecting different areas of this image and selecting the color that I want them to be depending on what I want the machine to do. And now we're off to the Monport laser engraver in order to cut out this project.
Since we got our Monport laser engraver, we just look for excuses to use it. We like to experiment with it and come up with new designs to cut with it. If you are interested in this Monport laser engraver that we have, please use the link in the description and use Timothy6 at checkout to get 6% off of your first CO2 laser engraver.
It is one of the most satisfying things in the world to sit there and watch something that you drew getting cut out by a machine. We've been having pretty bad issues with the camera that we've had in our Monport.
We think we have found a better camera and a better camera angle, and we expect the video quality going forward to be better.
So in this project we cut the image out twice, one being a mirrored image of the first one, in order for the two pieces to be pressed together that you'll be able to see in the future. And we cut out a ring in order to house the LED light and the battery pack.
And here is the finished Halloween lantern. We came across a few issues while making this, especially while fitting the lights inside of these lanterns. So we decided to go ahead and make another version of it where we fixed some of these issues.
So we ended up feeling that you couldn't see the outline of the skull or the pumpkin. We decided to put an offset around the object so it looks like a silhouette when light's shining behind it.
Instead of being a standalone lantern, we decided to cut out these shapes on the surface of a box. This box would be held together by box joints with a tea candle that would hang from the top and illuminate the silhouettes of the shapes we drew.
Now that it's going to be a four-faced box, I needed to go ahead and add two more images so that if the lantern swings or anything like that, the people viewing it can see a plethora of different images depicting classic Halloween tropes. The first image I went ahead and drew was of a black cat. So I go ahead and add the depiction of the cat to the third face of the lantern.
Another classic Halloween symbol is a witch. So we decided to have a witch on her broom as a fourth image on the face of our lantern. Tim decided to enclose the witch in a circle and added some details for her broom. After finishing these details, Tim added the witch to the fourth face of the lantern. Considering how the laser engraver will cut, Tim had to make some minor adjustments to the drawings so the cuts would look proper.
So for the top of the lantern, I created a circle and then divided it into two. I made this in order for the lantern to hang. I then imported our company's logo, and I was planning to have this in the corner, but I felt that our logo was too small to really get any of the details.
So Tim decided to shrink the original hanging point, rotated it by 90, and copied it so the top will have two hanging points and the logo can be centralized and larger.
And now back to the laser engraver for further cutting. We have this product available on our Etsy store. The link should be in the upper right hand corner of the screen right now. If for some reason it's not there, just look in the description below and it will be in there.
These cute little seasonal lanterns will be available in a variety of options. They will be also made from solid wood. We are cutting it out of plywood right now just for the prototype.
And here is a couple images of the finished prototype. They really turned out amazing, but there was still some honing and we want to make it just perfect for the customer. We redesigned some of the problematic areas and cut the whole thing out of cherry. Check for the link for the live stream in the upper right hand corner.
These lanterns are available on our Etsy store. The faces of the lanterns are held together by a ribbon that is very similar to a baling twine. We feel that it's kind of a classic Halloween thing.
We found these small tea lamps that change color at random intervals that made this project absolutely amazing. The little tea light ended up having so much brightness that it was able to cast shadows and silhouettes of the items on the wall.
So hop on over to our Etsy store and find these cute little lanterns and many more products.
And now join us as we decorate our backyard with Halloween decorations. If you ended up making it this far, please like this content.
Please consider subscribing.
And of course, if you want to watch more of our content and get notified, ring that little bell icon. Please enjoy this wonderful walkthrough of our little Halloween tree. Thank you for watching this video.